My name is Donovan Graydon. I coach the State 48 Levine 2015, 2016 group, and then our unofficial 2010s. We actually put them in a Friday night league to help with their development, and they've improved so much. And I've been playing soccer since about sixth grade. So I was about to say we can get more into that later, but I'll let Raul introduce himself.
Thank you. Just grateful to be here on air with State 48. And same thing. I've been playing soccer since I can remember. Um, Even soccer with no shoes, man. All my life, yeah. So
Okay.
I help run the Levine area sector, State 48 South. But we get more in detail into that.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us how State 48 South started and how many members you guys have at this time.
So we started, State 48 South started about 2 years ago, around this time.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
say
so.
I feel like it's been 2 years now.
I think it's 2 years here in June.
Okay. It
It's
might
like the
be.
summer session.
Yeah.
And we was me, and then it was Coach Donovan, and it was Coach Dante.
Mhm.
We had no coaches. It was just three of us, and we had no kids. So we start throwing flyers. Then we get into with State 48. We marketing program did their thing with the schools
Mhm.
around us, and we first season I think we got like 50 kids. And tell us a little bit of that.
I was about to say,
we were there.
that first season, first off, it was extremely hot because we didn't do indoor like the rest of everybody else at State 48. But actually, since we were new, we were just trying to get the program out there, and we did from like what 8 to 10 to try to beat the heat.
So that's one of the things that really motivate me to try to grow the South, because even though we didn't have a gym at that time,
Mhm.
we look at the whole picture of how many kids are out there that do not have a competitive or a soccer program throughout the whole year, and just for us to be able to get 50 kids in 3 4 weeks with no structure or anything at all and get them in there, it was like super big. And that was really
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I would say it was also a good starting point too because Coach Dante kind of helped us realize that if we're truly about our club development, which is what State 48 is for sure always and will forever be about, we literally kept them
Yeah.
like 4v4. So literally we had them all going doing 4v4, seeing movements from there, and then honestly and truly that's where it picked up because then I know I was helping out with our other '08 team at the time.
Yeah.
All I know is from that one summer I went from 50 and then literally we grew there and then we had coaches all of a sudden and I was like, wow, we're growing a little bit. This is crazy. So we went from 50 kids to maybe like 90 and then we had coaches step up and we've had a lot of great recreational coaches step up too. From Coach Jose to Coach.
Yeah, so that's where so let me cut in.
Yeah, go ahead,
So
go ahead.
I remember we did a raffle to buy equipment and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
then we did a balloon party at the end of the season. So all the kids were having so much fun, even though we didn't have a huge group, but
Mhm.
but the kids were excited to go there. And following season, which was in the fall, we went to like from that to like 120 or 130 kids. And it was also still just three of us, and I was like, Jesus, what are we gonna do here now?
Right.
And
Right.
that's when right away started making meetings, put age groups divisions on, and started having meetings right away. And we were able to get coaches like Coach Ruben, Coach Jose,
There it goes.
Coach Beth was there at the time,
Yes.
and
I just want everybody to know again, we would love Coach Beth to come back. She
Oh, yeah,
has to
she's-
be one of the most intense coaches I've ever
she'll
seen
see
in my life.
it. She'll
Yes.
see it.
I was about to say she's very intense.
Yeah,
I'll say
you
she
went on her
scared me.
team, I know.
Yes, I was about to say she scared me a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. So, but Coach Beth was really good. I was about to say you needed a coach like that because, again, with us being so new and the kids being structured, not being as structured just yet, she brought all that. Coach Jose, really great structure. Coach Ruben,
Yeah.
great structure as well.
We put
And then-
Ricardo's from the beginning. they
Yes,
did with us.
like literally, all the coaches have started out with beginning with us, and then honestly and truly too, this is just me because I feel like Coach Dequan has taken our little program.
You beat me on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we had 20 Coach Dequans, man. 20
Man,
coaches,
he has
Everybody
grown
does. Yeah.
that little program so much. It's gone from maybe like 4 littles to now he's coaching 50 littles, and that's how many. That's just how many kids we have, and literally he was just. I was about to say he's gotten ideas from me, but he has taken it so far more and add his little football twist to it. I think it's exciting.
Yeah.
I was about to say, have you seen the little kids game lately?
Yeah, so the way, so a little bit of that, the way that he's been doing it is, I tell parents, first season or second season, kids on that age bracket are gonna be super shy. Second season, they know the coaches, they know the kids. Now they're coming in more confident,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're starting to learn a little bit more. They're 5 years old, you know?
Right.
So just let them have fun. But what Coach Dequan has been doing now, what we've been doing is separate the kids that are, let's say, on a little bit more of an idea,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other kids that are more new, that do not have that other idea, put them more on the more fundamentals, and then the kids that have a better idea, that already understand passing and running and understand the field a little bit, it's little details you can see, put them on the practice on this other side,
Right.
and everybody keeps on learning, and everybody keeps on growing.
Right. Can I just say the one thing again? Not saying like all of our rec coaches don't do it, but the one thing I do love about Coach Dequan is even though I'm much younger than he is, not by like a big age gap difference, but he always asks me what are some ways we can make the kids better because he's like, I want my kids to be able to go up to play at the older kid level because we do 9v9s with them just so we can get more kids on the field so we can get more touches and everything else. He's like, what can I do to make sure when my kids go from this program to that program, they're going to be ready? And I love that so much because usually none of our coaches have really asked that yet. But when they do, I also still give them an insight on just like, we just want them to get touches. We want them to know where to go with the ball because if they don't know where to go, that just kind of makes my job a little bit harder. But that is also what I am also.
The where he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's going to club, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
What I want to do with them is he has a good 8-9 kids that are pretty much already solid players to move to the next level.
Mhm.
What I want to do is throughout the season is basically have a game with one of our coaches that are play either Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Mhm.
Panthers, Grizzlies, play a friendly with his top team.
Mhm.
Now because sometimes kids will be doing really great on this division, but then you change them to another division where they're a little bit bigger, a little faster, a little stronger,
Right.
and you do not want to create an environment where they're nervous or afraid or they could get hurt.
Right.
So by
Right.
doing that, I just want to create a friendly game so that they could play, and then as parents and adults, and directors and coaches decide. He said ideally for them to move them up already, or do we keep them down here a few more seasons
Right.
where we can get them more confident?
Right. And I think another good thing that we did before we even started with club, we started throwing out the idea. So first things first, again, State 48, greatest club in Arizona.
Yeah, right.
We came up with the idea of club because we were throwing it out there, the parents, and then eventually we invited some teams out. So I just want to give a shout out to all of our State 48 coaches who actually helped us in the beginning because actually that helped our parents realize, ooh, okay, we got some talent, but we have a lot of work to do. And especially with this first year with our club team that we have for just both the older kids and the younger kids, it's been eye-opening because I think I'm going back to our first game for our 2015s and 2016s.
Mhm.
Man, oh man.
First,
First things first. I want to say we should have won the game. I want that to be known.
Yeah.
But I could tell that my kids knew that there was a big difference between rec and club
of course.
when they played that first game.
Yeah.
Because again, it was against I think it was Sand Sharks. They lost that game like 5-1. And they were like,
It was the first game,
they were like, this sucks.
When we scored that goal,
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
was so happy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We had won the game.
Can I just
But
say
that one
though,
goal, we won the game.
yeah, but that first goal was actually a pretty good setup. I don't even know if they practiced that. I think that just naturally came with them. So this is how great the talent is coming from the Levine area. The first goal, I think it was just a breakaway goal. And shout out Joseph, I was about to say Bulldog player that we have on our team. And he just puts it bottom corner right. And I was like, whoa, okay. I've never seen you do that at rec because he started out at rec, but he never did that. And I was like, okay. And then, like you said, everybody was screaming top of the lungs. I was like, okay, maybe we might win this game. Now, again, reality set in because eventually the other team focused in. But I will say this, again, ever since that first game, they realized, okay, we have a lot more growing to do. And I tell this all my parents all the time, baby steps. Baby steps. And then, fun fact, we played them again later on through the season, and we
Yeah,
beat them
exactly.
like 5-3. So
Exactly.
so baby steps, but I think doing the great job of prepping our recreational kids for the next level
Exactly.
has been really good.
Yeah.
I was about to say, and I still think there's way to improve it, but like from all of our rec coaches
And by you going Saturdays and Wednesdays and
Yeah.
see the kids play and see the kids practice, by you being there on Wednesdays and then walk around Saturday if you don't have a game, being there on Saturdays, you see the kids that are ready for club,
Yeah.
so that we're not putting any family in a disadvantage or how can I put the word?
Setting them for success. Setting them for
Yeah,
success.
setting them up
Setting
for
them
success.
success. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's you're doing super awesome. Thank you.
And I was about to say, I
You guys are
appreciate.
doing great, by the way.
I was about to say, I appreciate that because I was about to say the main reason why I got into coaching too was just because, and we'll go into like why I started playing soccer in sixth grade. I actually was not the first person in my family. I'm the oldest of four to actually play soccer. It was my younger brother. My younger brother was actually way better than me. He has a better touch. Now, right now, if he ever sees this clip, I don't think he's better than me, but that's another argument for another
I don't
day.
think he's either.
I don't. Thank you. I was about to say, but I don't want to toot my horn too much. But he was the reason why I kind of got into playing soccer,
Okay.
and it was fun. I was about to say I don't even remember. I think my first ever position was center back, but that was just because I was probably the taller kid on the team at the time, and my brother was playing 2 years up, so he was playing up to my age gap, and he was playing 2 years up, and there was room on the team for me, and it kind of helped my parents out with costs and everything, and it was just fun being faster than the other kids, but also it was just fun kicking the ball up the field. So I just thought soccer was naturally fun, and then the love of the game grew for me a little bit more there. And then what happened was I tried out eighth grade year because where I'm from in Georgia, so I'm originally from Georgia as well. Eighth graders could play with JV for the high school in the area, so I played eighth grade with the junior varsity team for the high school that was in the area.
Oh, well.
And again, I was new to playing soccer, still going on like year two. I was still toe balling, by the way. So when I kicked the soccer ball, I would just kick it with my toe. Well, yeah, I was about to say, but surprisingly,
you were fast.
Yes. I was about to say, but surprisingly, it worked out because the game that made me really like love and wanted me to actually give soccer a try was our one game when I was again eighth grade JV. I scored 4 goals in the game. I don't even know what happened. I just knew it was just on for that day. I think I was just really focused, and I was like, if I get the chance, I'm scoring 4 goals. Now, fun fact, we lost that game 8-4. But you know what? I put up all 4 goals.
Yeah,
so it was a good game for me. I know
losing
sucked, but I mean, when you're responsible for literally all the team goals, I think that just made me like, okay, this may be like it for me. So ever since then, I played soccer. I originally did not get recruited to play soccer because I actually never played club soccer, but that was just because my brother was already playing club soccer, so I just trying to help upset the costs. And with me being the oldest of 4, I figured, my brother may have the better chance than me, so I'm gonna give it a try, and then I'm still gonna hopefully provide a platform for him. That way, if he goes up higher than me, at least I've done my job. So the more I've played, I got recruited to play football, but I've always wanted to play soccer, and I got the chance to walk on to play college soccer, and it was a great eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
I went to Costa Rica, played some teams in Costa Rica, got to help rebuild the whole orphanage.
Exactly.
So I was about to say, it took me a lot of places. So the only reason why I really wanted to get into coaching was because, one, my dad was a football coach, so I come from a long line of coaches. So I'm probably the first soccer coach in my family, but I come from a long line of coaches. I wanted to do that because they were always telling me that coaching may be in my blood. Didn't want to believe it, but now, fun fact, I'm having fun coaching it because I love just seeing kids develop and grow into players. But 2, it wasn't until I did my licensing class where they say there was always someone better than them, but no one ever took the time to develop them. I was always a fast player, but no one ever took the time to develop my technical skills.
Yeah.
So if no one ever took the time to develop my technical skill, then there's no telling where I would be if someone actually took the time to do it. So I figured, okay, now if it's my turn, I need to make sure if there is a player like me, I need to
Yeah.
develop their technical skill. That way,
That's awesome, man.
it would be freaking great.
Yeah,
If a guy with my speed and his technical skill, oh my God, that kid would be amazing. And someone tell USA to call that man up real quick.
Yeah.
That would just be neat. But that's how I got into coaching for sure. And now that I'm going my third team with State 48, I think this is the most fun team I've had. My first team, I will always love them for sure.
Yeah.
But this team, I think I'm having the most fun just
Well, you
because
built
these
this
kids-
team.
That-
We've been building this team from.
Probably,
And
yeah.
they're doing great.
Yes.
They're doing great.
Yes.
Great family in there. Yeah. Another thing about soccer. I started playing little leagues, school, some clubs, but I think what mostly ties me into soccer, man, it's how you build a good community.
Yeah.
It's right now I even see kids that I don't recall anymore. And I'm like, so I do. Hey, Coach Raul, how you doing? I'm like, good, man. How you doing? I'm like, yeah, I was playing over there. I'm like, I haven't seen you anymore, bro. But it's like you make an impact on a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and you do not know when you did it, but you've done it,
Right.
and
Right.
they come and say hi to you and everything. It's because you did something right to the kid
Right.
and help the community grow. And, that's where for me is where soccer brings me even more together because of the community that you can build with.
Oh, that's so
Definitely,
true.
yeah.
Because I feel like we got a really good community in Levine.
Yeah,
Because we're
yeah.
we're reaching parents who either know a lot about soccer and
Yeah.
they stepped away because they had family, or we are reaching people who have never done it before, but they're having fun because we make it as stress free as possible.
Yeah.
Because we've had a lot of parents, we've never played this before, we're just giving it a try.
Yeah.
Now they're having fun, and I've seen a lot of I was about to say our most really good players were the players we didn't think would be really good.
Yeah.
So I was about to say I can't put a name to it, but I can think of the kid. He actually stepped into his own this year. He didn't do that 2 seasons ago when he first joined them. Tall kid, glasses, if you know who I'm talking about. He has developed so much. I'm hearing him be a leader now. So like now he's trying to lead things. So I don't know if that's just because he's the oldest person by technicality in the group, or if he's been here long enough. But he's developed so much.
So what I've tried to do is every Wednesday and every Saturday,
Mhm.
I make a captain. I choose a captain.
Okay.
Because if you tell them who wants to be captain, not a lot of people are gonna, or one of them is gonna pop up. It's gonna be the same kid all the time.
Same kid.
So now you're gonna be the captain, and then I give him what we're gonna do, what I want him to do, and that's obviously you mentioning that it's really building him up to be a confident kid.
Oh yeah. Now I see him trying to lead the rondos or just trying to help people do what they're supposed to do. I'm like, this is exactly what you should have done 2 seasons ago, but I'm glad you're doing it now because he's growing and becoming his own player. So the Levine area is for sure growing, and I'm excited to see what we can do. If we can get 5 more teams, or my bad, if we can get the 5 teams as our goal is, that'd be really great. Because again, I think the 2015-2016 group is doing a really decent job. I'm excited to see what next year is going to hold for them.
Yeah.
If we can just get a keeper. God, I'm praying for
I
a keeper.
think you will find your keeper.
Okay.
Coming back to the 5 teams, get those 5 teams going. Have the recreational program as well running as it's been running. It's 120 families,
Mhm.
and to be honest, I barely hear sometimes little issues, but they're minor.
Right.
And I try to get on them, fix them really quick.
Right.
That's what brings that community get bigger and stronger. But everything comes from word of mouth. So if we could have 5 teams, plus the rec program, I think even though it's a slow pace, but 2 more years, bro, I think State 40 South is going to be
I believe that. Because
definitely. Well, because there's so much stuff down there. There's so many kids up there that there's just a small programs that run.
Mm,
But there's not a structured program that runs all year long with the pathway to club.
right.
Some people see the flyers and they just like, oh yeah, it's from school, but they do not really comprehend how really developed the program
Right.
is.
Right.
And again, that's word of mouth, where kids that attend it, they start talking, communicating. and then they want to try it, and then we have a club team for them, and then it just starts growing.
Right. Because again, I think we've done a really good job building that community. Our parents like us, like you said, the parents are always wondering where I am if I'm not. But just a good fun fact again about our community. I literally got married last weekend, and the
I
parents.
told you not to do it.
It's too late.
Jesus
it's too late
Christ.
now. It's too late now. But
I hope.
what?
No, not no, I'm
About to
joking.
say,
No,
but the parents for sure said, Coach Donovan, we see you out there on Saturday. We're putting you back in your car so you can go to your wedding. So,
Yeah, no, yeah.
so that's how good the community is, because they're even like excited for me. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, like, how was it? How are you?" And they're just like all asking questions, and then they're always checking up on Raul. They're trying to make sure Raul's okay. Literally, they're even checking up on the coaches, and then all the parents are making sure who can carpool and do what.
Yeah.
And then we have a really big about to say in our community as well too. We've had a parent really step up big. I want to give a shout out to her. I may say her name wrong. Is it Karen?
It's Karen.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get the accent out.
Oh, I didn't know there was an accent to that one. My bad. I was about to say, but she's done a really great job too, because she'll step up every now and then. She's like, "Hey, we're going to give the kids hot dogs for like the end of the season," and I love that so much, because I'm like, "Oh my God, like, thank you." Yeah, I was like, thank you. It's not just like me and you. Now the parents are on board, and they're helping us grow the community as well too. And we're hoping and praying again that if it grows the way it's supposed to.
Karen Romero.
Okay, I know how to say the Romero part, but I was about to say don't expect me to roll an R anytime soon. I'm still working on it. About to say, but she's done so great, and then literally seeing her family bring out, and they help as well too. And then sometimes too, again with our community being so great. Even when I have to ref when I don't want to, at least they're not giving me a hard time because they're like, oh, okay, it's Coach Donovan. Like, he'll call whatever he'll call.
Yeah. At the end of the day, everybody's a ref, right?
Yes.
Not the one in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but it's just funny too, because I think like 2 weeks ago I had the ref.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "You don't want to ref?" I'm like, "I don't want to ref." Well, you're the only one with a whistle here. I'm like, "Fine, I'll do it." And then literally, if I don't call anything, they're like, "It's fine, ref. Just keep playing. We don't care." Or then whenever they're called, they're like, "So we're not going to call it?" I was like, "I told you I'm not calling anything." And they're like, "Okay, whatever you say, ref." So it's just fun to have that good banter with parents because, whew, I was about to say, as a coach and seeing it on the other side too, there are very intense parents. Also, I want to give a shout out to my club parents because they are very intense parents.
Yes.
But they hold it down for the South Side because I'm pretty sure half the refs never call anything bad on our side because I'm about to say my parents will most definitely
very motivated.
Yes, they are very motivated.
Yeah. No, I think that when you're reffing, and it's different rec than club. Obviously, in rec, people they expect smaller incidents, like what you say, as a foul, which in club it will not be.
Right.
So I understand that, man. But again, I'm so thankful that you always help us over there when you can. So
I try. I was about to say again, that Levine community, man. I love it so much, and then with me feeling to be a part of it, man. I was about to say I feel like I owe all of them a responsibility to keep growing their kids. Because again, my goal as a coach is to always. I mean, yes, I would love for all my players to go to college, but if I can help that 2% be more than 2%, man, that's freaking awesome. Like that's my goal. That's my impact for the day. So that's why I will always love. And again, I'm about to say, you always trying to make sure we get kids where they're supposed to be at is a great thing as well too. Like literally, like, oh, hey Donovan, have you check out this kid? And then we check out that kid, even though they may be too old or too young. Then we build that relationship with the parents, and then the parents are like, okay, when are we doing this thing? Because we're ready and we're excited to do it. I was about to say, I can't think of their name, but I was about to say, I love those two group of parents because we have another coach. So just in case for everybody that's watching and listening, we do have an unofficial 2017-2018 team coached by Coach Jose. Coach Jose has done tremendous, and he's working on trying to keep building his team as well. He has a solid core of maybe like 4 or 5 players. Hopefully, if he keeps building and growing. There's a group of parents that I love. Honestly, I love all his group of parents because they all support the idea of club, and they always show up to practice on Monday. So they get an extra practice on Monday while still being erect while still getting that practice on
And
Wednesday.
that's another one that, we
Mhm.
give the opportunity, man, to come out and practice another day, free of charge.
Yes.
And, so that speaks volumes,
And then on top of that, again, to speak about our community, we go practice at El Prado Park, which is,
Mhm.
I guess, for real on the south side because it's on 19th and Southern.
Yep.
So, I mean, hey. But I feel like the more we're out there, the more people see us and they know that we're a league. And also with our older kids too participating in the 6v6, I'm hoping that if they see us in that league, that they'll come out and give our family a try. Because I feel like the players that we get or that come out, they have grown so much. Literally, when we had the last time we had maybe like an 11 group team, now half them, I'm about to say we're still working on registrating, but the 5 players that stayed have grown so much since the last time we did a summer scrimmage
Mhm.
to now. Like now there's someone moving without the ball. Again, baby steps with this team as we keep developing and growing. But now some of them are being vocal leaders. Some of them understand about passing the ball. Now we just got to help them get with their speed of play because now they're moving a little bit. Now they're man marking. The intensity's getting there. Just the more they play, the more I see them grow, and I'm excited for them. And then also I want to give a special mention to Coach Mauricio. Coach Mauricio has helped so much. I found Coach Mauricio off of Facebook because he was like, I want to give this coaching thing a try. He has helped literally with both teams so much, especially the older kids, because I think the older kids love when Coach Mauricio comes help them because he literally gives them the most basic drill. Even though they mess up, he's there to always give them the comprehending of like, hey, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's a good thing. Again, having another coach there helped me pick up the slack and just find out what we're supposed to think. And then the one thing I love having Coach Mauricio as well too, he's always asking questions. I don't know what it is. I see why they say always ask questions.
Yeah.
I like a guy who always asks questions because then it makes me feel important.
Sometimes you don't know, but they ask you, and there it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I would encourage is any young coach or just a coach in general that wants to get into coaching, get a license. That way, for sure, I'll say the grassroots license is the most easiest one to pick up. I always advocate for
And
coaches.
we can help with that so
Mhm.
easy.
Mhm.
Another Levine, we do Mondays in Prado Park.
Yeah.
Right, based on 19th Avenue and south of Southern.
Yeah.
We have a whole field there. And
Whole
then
field.
we have Manzanita Park, which is 33rd Avenue and Rosa, which is north of Southern.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
33rd Avenue. Also, that's on Wednesdays, and we have a whole field there. And we have the ability to get more fields. So anybody that wants to come out, want to try out for tryouts for soccer age groups that we have, brackets, if they want to try out come out for rec, we have fields that we can work with,
Mhm.
and we have the space. If you have a whole team, come.
Come.
If you
Yes.
if you just want to be a coach, come. If you just want to be a dad and you want your kids to get sports, come.
Come.
Yeah, just
I was
come.
say we also have the resources to always make the kids look better because again with State 48, literally with us being a West Valley based club, but also expanding from Verado all the way to freaking Casa Grande, and then I want to give a shout out to our new division, the Central Division 2.
Yep.
Like literally, there's many of options for our players to grow. Like literally this week, even though we have a tournament this weekend, I told my players if they want extra training,
Yeah.
Coach Moises will step up and help. And Coach Moises has stepped up and helped us train, has gotten our players well developed, and it's another good way to make more connections. That way our players are like, okay, Coach Moises will help me get some more training as well too. And then also another big thing that helped our kids in our development, and I'm trying to get more kids in the Levine area to come out, and I'm hoping they'll come out more since they just moved Foot Salt Fridays to Donnie Halen, or however you say that part.
Mhm.
That has helped so much, just because Hugo, really technical player.
Yeah.
Love Hugo. But I didn't see the difference in Hugo until he started playing futsal. And
Mhm.
that's from just our club trainers, our pro performance trainers, and then also Profe. Profe has helped that man out a lot too, just commanding, but also just seeing them get used to that street style play of soccer. It's the most beautiful thing ever. I see the confidence rise up. I see him try to not make people and now it's not always successful, but he tries it. So like
Of course,
that's
part of that. Yeah.
that's the whole process of it. So just the ways of development overall for all of our kids, no matter the age group, no matter the coach, everyone's willing there to help and grow our players because that's literally what we stand for. So, and I love that about us because again, Levine, it's still growing, but I know our players still have a lot of catch up work to do to even catch up to where we want to be. So, so just in case, again, Coach Alicia, if you're listening, the 2015-2016 Levine team is trying to get a scrimmage just so they can improve and be one of those top teams as well too. But I mean, again, the chance of development and growth for players is amazing. So if there's any parent or any coach, any player that wants to give us a try, come find us on the south side. Come on out, man. I was about to say the community's already said
South. Or State 48 FC and Philadelphia.
Yes. I was about to say this is a great time to join us because again we're expanding and we're growing and there's again more opportunities to grow and become the best player you can be. That's usually what I always tell parents.
Yeah, basically trying to help the community have great human beings and kids growing up to go to college and keep them on the streets and just doing sports out there.
Yeah. And I will say this too, and hopefully this can be the last thing that we can skedaddle on out of here. I was about to say the main reason why again people like me, Raul, and any other coach who got into this is because we are in it for the kids. We're not in it for ourselves. We're not in it for this and that. We just love seeing the kids grow. And no matter what, our coaches are always asking questions. I'm always trying to find ways to better myself. Raul's always trying to find ways to better himself. Literally everybody here is literally fully invested on the best product for the kids. That is literally what the Levine side, and I think everybody else is
I think we're a very based soccer club, family based soccer club.
Yes.
As well.
I was about to say the club mission, one family, one mission. Okay, or is it the other way around?
It can be both.
Okay, I was about to say I like that saying because again, we're one big family and we all have one mission. That's just develop our kids to be the best players that they can be. So
thank you. Yeah.